Hi, I'm Nicolas Guichard, a software engineer at KDAB France, working from my home office in Brittany. As most developers nowadays, I use Git daily for organizing and sharing my code. A few months ago, I settled on a workflow where I work on multiple features and bug fixes in separate branches, but I never actually have to switch between those branches. In short, instead of working with this kind of commit graph, with multiple branches but only one of them checked out at any time, I work with this, where all my branches are merged together into an integration branch, which is what I see in my working directory. In this video, I'll show you how this workflow works and how to adopt it. Let's pretend that you're working on the styling for your application. For the sake of example, we will reuse the test application we built for previous QStyle videos. We want to add styling for sliders and line edits. In a typical Git workflow, you would start from main, create a new branch named slider, and start working on that. When you're done, you push. While working on the sliders, maybe you noticed the background wasn't quite right. So you switch back to main, create a new branch named fix background, commit the fix, and push. Finally, you want to work on line edits. So you switch back to main again, create a new branch, implement, commit, and push. Now, the main issue with that workflow, in my opinion, is that you only get to see the one feature you're working on at any time. When working on line edits, you don't get to enjoy properly styled sliders, for instance. You also have to create branches upfront, and creating a branch for a quick fix, such as our background color fix here, is disruptive. Let's see how we can avoid those drawbacks. Since around 2018, Git is able to rebase-merges during interactive rebases using the rebase-merges flag. And since 2022, Git is also able to rebase multiple branches at once using the update-refs flag. We're going to be using those two flags together to create, maybe delete, and update branches during interactive rebases. This way, we won't have to ever switch between branches. So, as usual, we begin from main, but instead of creating a specific branch to work on our sliders, we're going to be creating a branch that I like to call integration. Then, within that integration branch, we're going to be working on just commit. We're not going to be worrying about branches for now. So, for instance, we implement and commit our sliders. Then, as before, while implementing the sliders, we notice that the background is off in the application. So we're also going to fix the background and commit that. Then we're going to launch an interactive rebase to put those into two separate branches. And we don't forget the flags update, refs, and rebase merges, and the name of the branch we want to rebase on. This opens up an editor where we can update the Git rebase to-do list. So in that editor, we're going to be using a few commands that are not usually used here. We're going to be using label, reset, merge, and update ref. Label is just to give a name to a commit. So here, for instance, we create a label onto, which is going to be the commit that we rebase onto. That name is only useful in the context of that script. It's not a branch name. We're going to be using update ref, which can be used to create or update a branch, because in Git, a branch is a reference to a commit. We're going to be using merge, which can be used to create a merge commit, and we can give a label to merge. Finally, we're going to be using reset, which moves the current commit to a label that was previously defined. So to create a new branch, what we want to do is to reset to main, reset to the branch we are rebasing onto. We will want to update ref to create a new branch, and we're going to name that branch fit-slider. And we're also going to create a label which we're going to call slider. Using that label, we can now here in the integration branch merge the slider branch. So here, this is going to create an empty branch slider on top of main, which is merged back into the integration branch. We're going to move the QSlider commit inside that branch. We do the same for the background fix. And we merge that back into the integration branch too. Then, when we close the editor, Git is going to launch the rebase. It will stop at the merge command because it wants us to give it a name, to give a name to the merge, as it usually does when we git merge. And I'm going to call that merge the integration merge commit. When we close the editor, Git finishes the rebase, and now we have two new branches, fit-slider and fix/background. If we look at the Git log as a graph, we see that we have those two branches, fit/slider and fix/background, in parallel, and then they are merged together inside the integration branch. Now, if we want to send those for review, we just have to git push origin fit/slider and fix/background. Now we want to implement the line edit styling. I'm just going to do it right here, right now, inside the integration branch. Then, as for the other two, I want to put it into a separate branch and push it again. So I start another interactive rebase with update refs and rebase-merges. This spawns the editor again. I'm going to copy-paste the block for the slider and just replace the commit for the slider with the commit for the line edit. And add it to the merge into the integration branch. So again, when we close the editor, Git is going to launch the rebase, and it will create a new branch, fit/line-edit. If we look again at the Git graph, it lives in parallel to the other two, but is still available right here into our local integration branch. If we want to push it for review, we just git push origin fit/line-edit. By working like this, you benefit from new features and bug fixes right away without waiting for the upstream repository to merge them. Instead of creating branches upfront, commits are dispatched in branches as needed, often just before pushing for review. This has the added benefit that no branch is ever left lagging behind. When rebasing, you have to solve potential conflicts for all branches at once. That's it for now. In this video, I showed you how I work with multiple Git branches in parallel while keeping them all applied to my working directory. See the description for more details, including links to the relevant documentation. If you found this video useful, make sure to share it with your colleagues and subscribe for the next ones. If you have questions, don't hesitate to ask them in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer them. Au revoir.